All right, this is George. He is NYE 51, correct? 51. So George is going to speak to his sponsor for a minute, and he'd like to tell you a little bit about his day. So here's George.
Hi, as you have heard, my name is George, and I would like to explain to you or tell you how grateful I am. I'm in college, a medical college. I'm taking a course in nutrition and dietetics. I know
Taking a course in
nutrition and dietetics.
Oh, dietetics. That's
Yeah.
good.
And I'm very grateful for your help. I know to put someone through college is expensive and tiresome, but I know God cares for his children, and that's something. It's not just helping a child, but something that is coming inside you. So I would say thank you very much, because if it weren't for you, I don't know where I would be. And let me explain a day in college for you. It's very exciting. I wake up at 6. Most probably you're in bed that time when I'm waking up. So I wake up at 6. I take a bath. Then I take a cup of tea and corn. We call it ugali, but you call it corn. And after that, most probably I don't ride bus. I walk. That's one way of exercising. I walk to school. In school, I most probably on Wednesday I have classes on clinical nutrition. That's the day we go to the hospital. We meet patients who have chronic illness like diabetes, like hypertension, and our work as nutritionists is to like tell them or explain them to them or tutor them which diets they should take so that they live a healthy life, how to manage their diets, how to exercise, how to most probably we teach on nutrition based therapy. So after clinicals on Wednesday,
When you have clinicals, you're saying you actually work in the hospital.
yeah, we work in the hospital.
Oh, I see.
We meet patients. Those patients, as our part is where when a patient is seen by a clinician, and let's say the clinician has diagnosed the patient has hypertension, our work is not to diagnose the patient has hypertension, but how to manage
I see.
the hypertension. Like we tell them, when you have a hypertension, what is a hypertension and how to manage hypertension, which diets they should take to manage hypertension, what they should do in their lives to manage hypertension. If they are taking any drugs, they should stop. That's our work in the clinics. Let me give you an experience. I met a girl who came to the hospital, and after giving me her dietary history, I diagnosed that she had bulimia nervosa. Bulimia nervosa is where you eat a lot of food within a short time. Then you try to vomit. Yeah, it's kind of psychological. Yeah.
Oh, he had bulimia.
Bulimia, you
I
cannot stop yourself from eating.
Yeah.
Then because you want to keep your body fit,
Yes.
you try to vomit.
Yeah. We have people like that in America too.
Yeah.
It's called bulimia.
Bulimia, but we call it bulimia nervosa.
Mm.
So I spoke with the patient. It's kind of psychological. So he spoke with the patient, but on the part of nutrition, I told her when you have bulimia nervosa, there are, I would call it threats. or dangers. Like when you have bulimia nervosa, when you eat food on a high rate, you can get heartburn. Then when you try to vomit, or you see in bulimia you eat a lot of food and within a short time you try to vomit. So it means the nutrients are not absorbed.
Right.
So you can get malnourished, malnutrition. So is that is one of the risks of bulimia nervosa. Then I had to refer her to a psychologist.
Right.
So
Sure.
because that is a psychological issue. But on nutrition based issue, I told her when you on bulimia nervosa, you can get malnourished.
Yeah, very malnourished.
Malnourished, yeah. And then another issue, you can eating a lot on one nutrient and you're not eating on other nutrients. That is another issue of malnutrition. Yeah, that is one.
Now, how is that different though from what Kenya used to be like? Did they ever teach in the past prevention?
Prevention.
Was that taught much?
Most probably in Kenya, because what I would say, people don't have money. You see, like in USA, a person can go to a hospital just for consultation to ask about issues. But in Kenya, a person goes to the hospital when he is not able to wake from the bed.
Wow.
You see, like in America, you'd see in movies, someone has a headache, rushes to the hospital. But in Kenya, most probably, a person to go to the hospital, maybe it's when he is sick, ill in the bed.
Yeah,
He
they're
cannot
very serious. by
Yeah,
then,
serious.
yeah.
That's when a person can go to the hospital.
Wow.
But things are changing. Yeah.
So you see yourself playing a part in that?
Yeah, I see
Helping that
myself
to
playing a
change.
part in that. Yeah, and I'm thinking when I get the level of a registered dietitian, I'm going to volunteer myself to give talks. You see, in most specialists, when they give talks, they expect to get money. But to save lives, I give free talks to people to explain to them. You know, many people in Kenya, most probably they don't know about. Maybe someone has diabetes.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, they
what
don't
causes,
know what diabetes is.
Yeah, what is diabetes, what causes it. So my part will be to explain to them what is diabetes, how they should avoid diabetes.
Right.
Because our work as nutritionists, we work on 3 parts. That is preventive, palliative, and curative.
Yeah.
So the most important part, it's not to cure, it's to prevent.
Prevent, yeah.
Yeah?
And that'll be a whole new concept for
Yeah,
you
like
to teach.
as Christians, the most part of us, you see a sin, it's not good to cure a sin, but to prevent it.
Yes.
You see,
Yes.
prevent sin. So that's the same issue as health. When you prevent a disease, it's more good than curing it. Yeah, that's on clinicals. Now when we go back to school, we have lessons. Maybe you have anatomy, that's where you study the human body. Then we have a course, a subject that is known as nutrition, introduction to nutrition. That's where you learn about nutrients, everything, like you learn types of nutrients. There are macronutrients, micronutrients. Then you learn what are micronutrients. They are the nutrients that are needed in the body in small amounts, types of nutrients. Then you learn the RDA, that's the required dietary allowance. That's the what do I would call it?
Like the minimum for the
Yeah,
day?
yeah, for the day. Like protein, what amount should you take in a day? You see? Yeah, that's what we learn in school.
Yeah, that's awesome, George. Also, you know, I don't know if your sponsor knows, but how long have you lived your life as an orphan? How old were you when your parents died?
My mom, I didn't know my father.
Okay.
I didn't know my father till now. Then my mom died on 2000.
Mm.
On 2000 I was 7 years old.
Mm.
So from 7 years old, I've lived through the grace of God. Because my grandma introduced me to church on 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I remember 2004, 2003, that's when I met my heaven sent angel, Terry. And through her, I've been able to go through the challenges of life. And the most important thing is she has taught me how to live as a Christian. And here in Kenya, I know it's a struggle because I don't remember that song, but it says that being a Christian is a battle or war. Yeah. But
it is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
But
Satan is trying to hurt you and destroy you. Yeah.
In that war,
yeah,
I have my M16.
Your M16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I wanted to be a Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
but
that.
Because now I'm not a Marine, but I have my M16. Yeah. Every time when you have it, you are guarded.
Yeah, you are.
When you have it, you are guarded.
Yeah.
M16.
Yeah. Well, George, we love seeing you when you come by. I always love to see you. And matter of fact, George was here today helping me in the office, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate you doing that, George.
Welcome.
And so I've known you since you were very small.
Yeah, small.
And so you're such a blessing to us, and I know you're a blessing to your sponsor. And I know your sponsor wants you to know that they pray for you every day. They care for you very much, and they want you to do well. So I'll be happy to send this video to them, and they will enjoy getting to see you. And we'll do this more often now that we know that we can, and then you'll be able to speak to her now and then.
Okay.
So God bless you.
Bless you too.
Keep studying hard, and God will do the rest. We know that it is God that we even met in the first place. It's because of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So we thank you, and
I
keep
thank
it
you
up.
too.
Keep up the good work.
I thank you.
Okay. God bless you.
I love you.
Mm.